Great. Okay. Yes, Apu.
Okay, everyone, welcome to our today's interview session. We are back with another one after a very long time. We have a very special guest today. Here, as always, we have 𝐒𝒂𝒄𝒉𝒆𝒍𝒐𝒈𝒚 with us, and we have a very special person, Shafin Mashrafe. So, Mashrafe, we have Shafin here, where we are to congratulate him on getting his offer letter on Bachelor's of Information System major in Cybersecurity at 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒉𝒆𝒍𝒐𝒈𝒚 University. He's going to be attending his sessions very soon. So he's one of our latest successful stories, and it's a very inspiring one for everyone. So we are here with him to share some of his insights and as well as how he is here, because 𝒂𝒄𝒄 is considered as top 1% universities in the QS World Ranking. So it is one of the top universities in the world, and getting there is not a very easy job. But still, we have Shafin in here who has his success until a very long time. He got through it. Every step he followed up. So we are here and we are going to follow him up, that how he got there, why he chose his subject, why 𝒂𝒄𝒄 University. That's a very long story, but we are going to share with you all until the end. So please watch with us and let's see what we have from here. So here again, congratulations on receiving your Bachelor's of Information System major in Cybersecurity at 𝒂𝒄𝒄 University in North Ryde campus, Shafin. So we're going to start with you. Please do share up your views right here. Can we start with your feelings?
Thank you, Apu, first of all, for this interview. Actually, it's a great feeling when I got my offer letter and the visa. The feeling is like I can explain in words. Yeah, so this kind of feeling actually.
That's a definite, right? It's something that it's a lifetime opportunity there, and it takes a lot of time, every step that you have followed up. So definitely we cannot express those in words, but yes, that's something we are going to know more about. So can we tell about, you have a very interesting subject you're going into. That's the future of the world right now. So we believe that some people are very confused about which programs to choose, which courses they're going to go through. So can you please tell us a little bit about your courses, why you chose this program for yourself?
Actually, when I was a child, I was in school. From that time, I was interested in computers. And from my childhood, I always wanted to study in computer engineering or IT related subjects. After my HSC, actually, first of all, I got admitted in University of Bangladesh, 𝒂𝒄𝒄 University, and the subject was CSC. But after 2 semesters, I decided to move abroad. And first of all, when I consult this thing with my parents, I share my decision that I want to move abroad, I want to study in Australia. They just say one thing: if you want to study in Australia, then go for it. We have no
objection,
nothing to say. So that is why, first of all, thanks to my parents, they encourage me. They never let me down. And when I was fully confident and sure about that I want to study in Australia, and I start research, first of all, that which subjects are on demanding. And after a few years, the the plots and the subjects are always changing. And nowadays the computer engineers are on high demand. So that is why from the beginning, I was really convinced that I will study in computer related subject. But in Australia, I have seen that IT is much popular. And after 5 years, the cybersecurity will be on demand in Australia. So that is why I chose this subject.
Okay, that gives you an answer there. Definitely, we know that cybersecurity is one of the most demanding subjects right now, because the future is all about it. It's all about AI, it's all about IT, it's all about cybersecurity. No, it's not the future of it, it's already into the run. But there is definitely a demand to this subject right now. So very, very good choice. And I would really congratulate you for getting into this. You have a very bright future, I believe so. So you mentioned that you were already in 𝒂𝒄𝒄 universities, and you were really sure about that you want to study in Australia, no other countries, nothing else, no into the options right here. You only chose Australia for yourself, right? So can you specify us a little bit more about, we already know Australia is one of the biggest countries that gives you the best education, but can you tell me why did you choose Australia? Like people go for Europe or probably to Canada or USA right now, those are more demanding, right? So why did you choose Australia for yourself as your study destination?
Uh, First of all, when I was child, my father told me that if I graduate from University of Bangladesh, he will send me to Australia for my higher studies. So it was
Oh,
his dream
okay.
actually to send me in Australia for my higher studies. So
Okay.
when I decided that I will go for bachelor's, there first of all I think about Canada or USA, other countries. But when I was doing research, I realized that, or I saw that the Australia will be a better choice rather than other countries, as I see the tuition fees of Australia, universities of Australia are quite lower than USA universities or Canadian university, and the living cost, and Australia is one of the highest minimum wages they give to the international student who do part-time jobs. So this is
Mm.
why actually I was really thinking about Australia. And another reason was that already a few school friends are already in Australia. They are doing bachelor. So all these
Oh,
things
okay.
encourage me to choose the
Oh, that's a
country.
very good reason as well. Choosing for his friends as well. So yes, as we already know about this, let me clear a few of the things in here. So he got his bachelor's offer letter in here. He's going to be completing his bachelor's in just 3 years, right? If I'm saying the right thing,
Yes,
something. Yes,
three
he's
years.
going to complete in just 3 years. Though he completed 2 semesters in BRAC, but there will be no gap for himself. So he can complete in 3 years with 6 semesters right there. And Shafin, one of the things we didn't mention before, he got a scholarship as well. Per year, he got a $10,000 Australian dollar grants for himself as a scholarship, which is a huge one for bachelors. We usually, what people understand that in bachelor's degree, nobody gets a scholarship. They have to study for itself. So yes, Shafin, there is an exception to itself. That is why he chose Australia as well. There is a little bit smaller tuition fees, very good opportunities, one of the top 1% universities in the world, very good subject as well as scholarship. Everything is 100% there. So very good job, Shafin, very good choice there. So now let's start with why the university itself. We know that 𝒂𝒄 is definitely one of the top universities, but can you tell me when you were doing your research, there were other universities as well, but why did you, for this specific subject, why did you choose 𝒂𝒄 University?
Actually, at first I applied for maybe University of Wollongong, CQ Central Queensland Universities, which university has a lower tuition fee, which will be more affordable for me than 𝒂𝒄 University. But I was a little bit in a hurry. Then I really give pressure to Tanvir Ahmed Bhaiya that I want offer letter in a short duration that I could do the processing very fast. Then Tanvir Ahmed Bhaiya suggest me that you can choose 𝒂𝒄 University because they do their process faster than other universities. And also everyone knows that 𝒂𝒄 University stands in the top 1% in the Australian and the world ranking. So overall, overall I chose 𝒂𝒄 University because of their
Mhm.
ranking and their reputation in worldwide, and also they produce how they produce the service to the students. They produce their education. So that's why I chose 𝒂𝒄 University.
Oh, yes, definitely. So yes, that is a very good reason. Like whenever you're talking about that, you're a little bit hurry into the processing. Few universities in Australia do take a little bit more time for their processing. So 𝒂𝒄 is definitely a very good choice for yourself for the quick processing as well as the ranking, because ranking does matter at the end. If you're taking some education from the top universities, everybody after your graduation, your future is going to be more brighter than anybody else. So now let's move on to Tanvir. It's been long enough. We didn't talk about him in here. He's right here. And we need to we need to talk about his appreciation and how he got into the journey for yourself. So can you please tell us about your journey until this time onwards with our team with Educate and with Tanvir Bhai as well? How was his service?
Actually, sorry, I can hear. Can you repeat the question?
Do I need to repeat? Yes, sure.
Yes.
So you were with our team for a very long time, right? With the processing and all, with the research until the visa grant, everything else. So can you please tell us your journey and your voices that what are the services that we provided? What are the helps that you got from us as well as from Tanvir Bhai? I believe he gets all the appreciation from you. So please just start with that and please just share with us every single details that you got from us.
First of all, I want to thanks a lot to Tanvir Ahmed Bhaiya because how he guided me in during this process was really amazing. Every time when I was a little bit intense, he encouraged me that it will happen, just keep patient. So I'm really very thankful to Tanvir Ahmed Bhaiya for this. And first, I got touch with Tanvir Bhaiya through one of my friend when I was looking for someone who will guide me to for during the process or suggest me how to do this. One of my friend gave me his contact number. Then I contact with Tanvir Ahmed Bhaiya and I gave my profile to him. Then there was some complexity to my profile. Each and every student has some complexity, but the way he managed it and the way he actually solved it, that was really helpful. I gone through I didn't face a lot of problems because of him. So that is why Tanvir Ahmed Bhaiya is like awesome. I want to say just in one word for him.
That's a new word you got, Tanvir Bhaiya there. You are very awesome. Oh, that's great. Thank you.
And
for that.
special dialogue for Tanvir Bhaiya that he always used to say, "Don't worry, Bhaiya, it will happen. Just keep patient."
Oh, that's great. There is different peoples, as you know, that it's one of the most anxious time for everyone whenever they're going through the process. And these are the supports that we need. So thank you so much, Tanvir Bhaiya, for providing us with that. He knows that what are the things that you might be facing, and he knows that what you need from him. So yes, that's a very successful story there, and you're definitely awesome, Bhaiya. So now we're gonna be knowing about that. Are you satisfied and are you happy with our service until now, Shafin?
Yes, I'm really very satisfied and happy with the service. Eventually, I will suggest all the students who want to study in Australia. I would suggest them that contact with you guys because you guys were during like really very professional and really good. So that is why I will suggest everyone.
Perfect. Perfect. Yes. So that's a very good one there. So every people have a very good confusion about like whenever they want to go to an agency or take help from anybody else, they think that they might be asking you for the charges and all. But I believe from Tanvir Bhaiya, he didn't take any charges yet. But let me listen from Shafin right here. So did our team, like from Tanvir Bhaiya, did he charge anything or any fees or any service charges from you?
No, he didn't take any service charge from me. Eventually he helped me with some thing when I was facing some problems during the transaction. He helped me actually, but he didn't take any fees or any charges.
Oh, so he could help you with every single step as well with your own transactions and all. So yes, he didn't take any services. He could give you those mental support as well as the other professional supports as well. So yes, Tanvir Bhaiya, you're one of the best in the service right now. We must believe so. So already Shafin shared with us how he got to know about Tanvir Bhaiya from one of his friends. So did your friend get that one as well? The friend that you're talking about, is he there in Macquarie University or any other universities in Australia right now?
No, he is in Macquarie University. Eventually, he also got his visa recently. He will fly with me.
Okay, so all friends are there in Australia. That's the best part. Great job, great job. So yes, so do refer us as well to all the other friends that you have or anybody else as well. So now tell us, do you recommend us to others? What would you say to others about us?
Actually, obviously, I recommended you guys to the others. Eventually, I have also already recommended my elder sister because she's thinking about to study for her master's in Australia. I recommended her. Eventually, I have recommended my more two cousins. They will also start their processing very soon. And many of my friends are also planning to move on for higher studies in Australia. And I have already told them to contact with Tanvir Ahmed Bhaiya because he is really helpful.
Oh, that's great.
And surely very soon they will contact with him.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So we don't need to tell him to recommend us. He's recommending already. So we know about your service. Now let's give the floor to Tanvir Bhaiya. So Bhaiya, you are here. Please share your experience with Shafin, how you could see what are the differences that made him to one of the top universities in Australia and all. So please do share up your experience right now.
Yeah, sure.
We'd love to hear from you.
Okay, thank you, Afrin and Shafin, for joining us. So for Shafin, I think it's a long story, I guess. I'll finish it in a few minutes because we have very limited time. He actually contacted me through Mr. 𝒂𝒄𝒒𝒊𝒆 who's one of the best friend, I think, they're very school friend. And one day he contacted me and he said, "Hey, I have one friend. Can you help him?" So I said, "Yeah, definitely." And then I started chatting on WhatsApp, and I never met him actually. This is the first time I'm seeing him face to face, probably after 4 months. And during the process, there's so many things that he already mentioned that, as you know, when you it's a process that you have to, think and then research, and then you have family got involved, and then your friends, and then of course our culture is a little bit different because you just graduated from high school and then you're not too sure that what you're going to do. There is a social pressure and family pressure also from your surroundings. So while he was going through all this, so there were a few moments that I had to deal with all those his emotions also, and especially the selecting the universities, and there were a few universities that were taking a bit of time, and also there was some other issues there in between. So I had to, I tried my best. I don't know how, whether it was good enough, but I tried, and I think these guys, they're very young, and I wanted to help them in a way that, because I was like them like many years back, and I can see that what they're going through and what they're facing in terms of difficulties and all that back home. And it's hard when you were in Bangladesh because our culture is very different. When you have your parents in one hand, you have your families and friends, and then the whole system is there, then it's really difficult sometimes to cope with the entire the situation there. And when you were young and you just don't know what to do, and then you need a mentor actually in that case. So I tried to be a mentor, I think. I don't know whether I should say that. And I tried to help his two other friends actually. He's struggling at the moment, but I think we'll get him out from the situation very soon. And yeah, the journey was quite, there were ups and downs. There was a time, even McCoy was taking a bit of time. I was going through, this moment. I think he was a bit impatient, and I said, "Look, man, we'll get through it." Okay? And then finally it came through, and even though there were some issues with the visa processing, that how to prepare all these documents, and especially the GTE statement. I'm sure Shafin knows that how I dealt, because I didn't give him any chance to make mistake there. So if you're not well prepared with your documents, there is always a you were giving the visa officer an excuse to raise a question mark there, or give an excuse to reject your visa, things like that, because his profile was very strong. His English is fine, and his IELTS very good, and you have there is no gap in between, and the university selected was very good. So he ticked all the boxes, and of course his finance was very good. His parents really helpful. They supported with him all his documents, especially the financial documents. There was a time that he was, facing some issues with Bangladesh Bank because they issued these bonds. They're very different in terms of traditional banking, like they do in Bangladesh, in India, and other parts. So we had to get a translated copy of those bonds, and it's really difficult sometimes to convince the bank officials back home, and also present that to the immigration officers so that they said, okay, but it all went through at the end. Everything turned out to be good. And
That's what matters.
And I think, Shafin, you got visa within, 7 days, is it? After final submission?
Yes.
Yeah, so it was very quick
10
and
days
fast.
actually.
10 days, yeah.
Um,
So it was very, like tradition. It usually takes 2 weeks to 4 weeks sometimes. And these days, visas are coming fast as well. I mean, if your case is very strong, of course, Shafin's case was very strong, and his friend, Mr. Offer, his case is also strong. So both were, I was quite confident because I saw from my past experience that when you have a good case with finance, sponsors, IELTS, and selecting the right course with the right university, and present your GT statement. So Shafin, you did really good job because you had to, be patient. You have to be patient, right? Imagine you are not patient and you're not focusing, and then you wouldn't be able to do it because remember, it's a process, okay? And there was one incident that he was doing his GT statement like 6 times, I think 5 to 6 times, that I had to, I made him to do that 6 times. I said, look, I'm not going to accept it, okay? Because I didn't want the visa officer to look at and say, look, there is some, there's some issues, or asking some, raising a questions, or because I know how their mind works there. So I was going through each and every single lines and points. And I know I think at some point he was a little bit, annoyed by the way I was pushing him. Say, look, no, this is not right. You need to do this, and you do this, I did that with others also, not only Shafin, but Shafin's, at the end of the day, I mean, his GT statement turned out to be really, really good one. So that plays a vital role each and every, So, so yeah, I think that's all. I'm happy that he has gone through and he's got visa granted, and it's a new beginning for him. And hopefully, him and his friends, and they will do really great. And in the upcoming days and their futures, their bright future is ahead. And I'm sure he will make his family proud at some point or in the future. And I'm sure his parents, they're a little bit, it's emotional because when he's the only one son, right? And then when he's leaving, it's not hard, it's not that easy, right? Like being one son or daughter.
The toughest part there.
Yeah, but then look, you are doing it for a good reason, and you'll be meeting with them very soon. And these days we have technology, you can reach them, connect them, they can visit you, you can talk to them, and keep in touch. The main thing is, don't forget your root, and you need to be like be disciplined and make sure that you look after your parents in the future. I mean, even if you have your own family, that's very natural. But these days we always keep forgetting that our family comes first, and our country. Doesn't matter whether you migrate, become rich, or become successful. But these are the 2 things that you need to, till you die.
Be careful about,
yeah. So yeah, that's all I can say. I'm happy that it went, or everything went well. And Apu, also, you played a great role here for Shafin as well, because
Yes.
the test, you've gone through the PT test. Sorry, I was talking about
PT
IELTS
test.
Sorry. So yeah, he's actually, there's a big, there's a story there. We don't want to disclose here. So so you did play a role here, actually, in his journey, or entire, you become part of his journey also. So we cannot just say it's me or him or his parents. Everyone played bits and pieces here and there, and that made the whole, the picture or the journey become a successful journey. Okay.
Yeah.
So we are grateful to you also, because to be honest with
thank
you,
you,
Apu,
Yes.
I don't know, because you
Uh,
helped him and others also in the encouragement, the guidance. It's not only just you are teaching someone PTE, but also the way you know, like instructed or talk to them or give them like hope, you know, or the mental support also. It's also, there's a portion called psychological portion, right? It's not about just reading and learning all these things, techniques. But when you talk, sometimes people feel very down, and then like 2 minutes of talk that can change everything. And you know, like whether it's career, business, or doing a test.
It's grateful
So,
to have
yeah.
given me that opportunity as well.
No worries, no worries. You are more than welcome. We want to keep you here for forever, actually, but I don't know whether we'll be able to do that. But stay with us,
Yeah.
okay? And keep in touch. It's a
Definitely.
look. We are from different background, different places, but through this journey, I think we connected. Maybe we'll try our best to keep in touch.
Yeah.
Not only Shafin, and there are many more to come maybe in the future. It's a big, it'll be a big family actually at some point.
Yeah.
We'll be in touch. So
Definitely.
we have 3 minutes left. I will
Yes,
let you
I believe it's
finish.
been a
Yeah.
long one for
Yeah.
Shafin as well. So we are going to conclude
Yes.
right here. There was very good words from Tanvibha, very interesting and a very motivational words. Thank you, Pa, for sharing of them. And thank you, Shafin, for joining us today and sharing up your journey with us. We are very grateful
Thank you,
for
Apu.
you for choosing us. You're most welcome. So we're going to conclude here. I'm wishing you best of luck for your future endeavors. Please do remember us and keep us in your prayers as well. And we're going to keep you here close to our heart. And we're going to remember you that you were one of the successful stories with us. So thank you for motivating everyone. And hopefully you're going to do great there and here as well for your country. So thank you so much, everyone. We are concluding right here. Thank you, Tanvibha. Thank you, Shafin, again. Congratulations.
Thank you, Shafin, again. And hopefully,
Thank you, Haya. Thank you,
no
Apu.
worries. We'll meet you soon. Yeah.
Welcome.
And before you
Inshallah.
leave, see Afrin Apu if you can. Okay. or at least, because you know, without her help and assistance, you wouldn't be able to get through that PTE thing, right? So
Actually, I want to say one word for Afrin Apu, because without her guidance, it wasn't easy to meet the requirement for English. She guided so well, actually, to me. Thank you, Apu.
You're most welcome.
All right.
Welcome.
Okay,
Great.
so
Yes.
get her something before you leave. You still have time. Okay.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Thank you again. So after Nabu, you can conclude this interview.
Yes,
And,
if we need to conclude.
okay.